Now let's work through these examples to explore how J notation conveys mathematical ideas. In case you haven't noticed, in a J session, the lines we type are indented, while the computer's response is right on the left margin. 2 plus 3. No surprise here, the answer is 5. But 2 minus 3 reveals how J displays negative numbers. In standard math notation, we think of minus 1 as the number 1 with the negate function applied to reflect it across the origin on the number line. It's as if the full number line was only defined in terms of the positive numbers. In J, 1 unit to the left of the origin has its own name. So when we start 2 to the right of the origin and then move 3 to the left, the result is the position minus 1. The next lines show that J uses the asterisk character as times and percent character as divides. Unlike the vertical fraction representation of division, using the percent character allows division to be shown on one line using standard ASCII characters. Similarly, using caret as the power function gets rid of the superscripts of traditional mathematical notation. There are 2 points to keep in mind when using fractional exponents. First, fractions in decimal notation require a digit to the left of the decimal point, here giving us the square root of 2, 1.41421. Then, although the square roots of positive real numbers are also positive real numbers, the square roots of negative numbers are complex numbers, which J expresses in 2 parts, separated by the letter J. The first part, the real part, maps to the x-axis, and the second part, the imaginary part, maps to the y-axis. By definition, multiplying a number by an imaginary unit rotates it around the origin by 90 degrees. So multiplying by the imaginary unit twice moves it to the opposite side of the number line, effectively making it negative. Using this process in our original example, we take the imaginary square root of 2 and multiply it by itself to get negative 2. So the square root of negative 2 is 0j 1.41421. Finally, we see that the logarithm function is made up of 2 characters, the caret and the period. For 2 logarithm 3, the answer is 1.58496. Now, if we take 2 and raise it to the power of 1.58496, we get 3. Power and logarithm are inverses of each other. Notice that their symbols differ only by a single period, called an inflection. Inflections are often used to group related functions, making it easier to remember which functions are similar to each other. The other inflection character that J uses is the colon. Before you begin the next lesson, take the time to play around with these functions in the workspace to the left. Fluency in natural languages is not achieved just by reading, but by writing and speaking as well, and J is the same. Mastery is the result of using both receptive and expressive parts of your brain. So put those fingers on the keyboard and express yourself in J.